Chris with Chipper LLC Traders and Equipment here in front of the new Iron-Rhino excavator lineup. We have partial of the lineup, mostly on the larger end. We will be carrying excavators from 2,200 pounds up to about 6,000 pounds. We have units here right now from 4,000 to 600 pounds. Starting with the IR18. It's available in an open cab and an enclosed cab. It's going to have a quick attach coupler standard, hydraulic thumb standard. These both are going to feature side swing, so they've got side swinging booms. They're both going to feature collapsing tracks. So a good way to show you the collapsing tracks right now is, right now the tracks are collapsed, but the blade is at full width. So this takes off, stows back on the inside for the narrower width. They're both going to feature SAE and ISO controls, which means the Caterpillar style controls, or the more modern is just from the flip and switch. Stock a wider range of buckets. These are both zero tail swing excavators, and got the door open on this one. So this is going to be powered by a Kubota D722 motor, which produces about 15 horsepower. And when you step up from the 18 to the next size up, here's a 20 and a 22. Now these are essentially both the same capacity loader, more or less. The 20 is available only in open station. The 22 is available in open and enclosed, but the enclosed cabin price is so fantastic we stock it only in the enclosed right now. Like the other ones, they're going to feature quick attach buckets. They go ahead and give you a lifting hook standard, hydraulic thumb standard, side swing standard. The differences in the 20 and the 22 is the 20 is a zero tail swing machine, and it also has the collapsing tracks. On this one, we showed the one with the tracks collapse and the blade out. On this one, the extensions on the blade is stowed. They can be extended on and the tracks extended out. So it gives you the options for a wider base for stability, or narrow to get in and out of gates. Like all the other loaders, it's going to feature the switching, flippable switch to switch between the two control patterns. You see they're all going to feature a light package standard, and it's going to run the back side of both. So conventional tail swing and zero tail swing. Zero tail swing advantages are, we're a rental yard, we have these in our rentals. Zero tail swing advantages are you don't swing the tail into something accidentally. So your machine doesn't bang into somebody's house. It pretty much maintains the same footprint no matter what it's doing, so you don't have to worry about that. The disadvantages to zero tail swing is because everything's tucked up shorter, it takes a heavier excavator, which is a little bit more expensive excavator, to do the same work. Also, your engine compartment is a little bit more packed. These are stepping up to the D1105 Kubota, but it is motor capable of 25 horsepower, but for these it's set up and tuned for 20 horsepower. And that's just set up to work for how the pumps, valves, and everything work on these. So, in this conventional tail swing, you can kind of see one of your advantages here is everything's got a little bit more space. Now, to an excavator, when you have to work on it, all these panels are removable, so it's not too much trouble to take everything off to get to one, but it is nice on a conventional tail swing. You got a little bit more room to work, but as you can see, when it turns, this tail swing is going to come out here to the side, so if you set up beside something and you forget about it, it just takes a little bit more operator awareness. one of the other advantages to having a conventional tail swing, when you have a cab machine, it lets you have a little bit more room in the cab, because the cab can kind of come back a little more. And in the case of this, like this cab machine is going to have, you have a fan for summer and you've got a heater for winter. None of these are going to have AC because they're all with the non-emissions motors. They're running that either D7722 or D1105. That's a motor that's going to keep you under DPF requirements and all that, but it's not going to give you the power to run an AC compressor in addition to doing all this. So keep you warm in the winter. In the summer, it does have sliding doors. It's got pin back doors, so you can run with the doors open on both sides. And coming back up here to the cab of this one versus that one, as you can see, it's a little bit more of a telephone booth style cabin with a zero tail swing machine. And also, it not room for the heater on the zero tail swing. It also is not going to have the, you're also not going to have the fold back doors, because the fold back doors would not make any sense on this small of a machine, because if you fold the doors back, the doors now stick out past the machine. So you hop into this one just so you can see I'm 5'11". So all of these mini excavators are not going to have a huge cab, but like I said, 5'11", and you know, I have no issues in here. It's not claustrophobic. Your feet's about the only thing, like, and that's with every mini excavator, is you do set a little feet tight, but plenty of room in here to work. Same thing. So one of the things you get with this one is you get the swing up joystick to make getting in and out a little bit easier. And you have cabin doors that both, let's see, remember how it goes. There we go. So swing up cabin doors and swing mirrors, so you can run them doors open in the summer. You do have a fan here, so you got some cooling. The advantage to the cab unit you get is keeps you out of the rain, out of the wind, out of the dust, and if it is summertime, like I said, you've got a fan, you can open up the doors and windows, but the ability to close that in bad conditions is a nice feature. It's a very popular model here. Stepping up, this is the IR25. Cab unit over here, open cab over there. Same quick attach, hydraulic pump standard. This is going back to a expanding track machine. No expanding tracks on the IR22. So that's one difference. I think we covered it before, but the 20 has collapsing tracks. The 22, the tracks are fixed. So the 22 is less of a compact space machine, but it's a great what it will do for the money and have a cab machine. The 25, best of both. You've got collapsible tracks, the ability to have a cab, a little bit bigger, stronger machine. The hydraulic pumps and motors in this one are going to be stronger. So even though this is a 20 horsepower rated, and this is 20 horsepower rated, this is 4,400 pounds, this is 5,600 pounds, and all the pumps and everything are going to be upgraded on this one. So it's gonna dig harder, it's gonna move faster. And you get in this one, again with each size you go up, the cabin gets a little bit roomier. So like all of them, it's going to have the side swing boom. It's got the switchable joysticks. Switch it from SAE to ISO. And come around here to the engine compartment. There's that Kubota D1105. Again, this is a zero tail swing, so it is going to save you when you're working against buildings, against things that you could swing your cabin to. If you have to work, you're going to have to actually take a few panels off. You didn't have quite as quick and easy access to the compartment. Now, the IR30 is technically less weight than the IR25, but more reach and generally a bigger machine. And that's again a function of it's less weight, but it's shifting its counterweight further back on the machine. And as it rotates, the counterweight rotates with it. So, like I said, if you're not concerned about space, you can get a bigger machine for less money in a conventional tail swing loader. And you can kind of see bucket's a little bigger, thumb's a little bigger. The overall arm is bigger with more reach. This one, just like the 22, it's going to have that swing up front door, side swing, and then of course your door over here you can pin back. So this can be a pretty open machine when you want it to be, or you can close all it off. You got your fan, you got your heater for when conditions are not ideal. Again, mini excavators are mini. The cockpits aren't huge, but the machines aren't huge either. Let's go into the back side of this one. So the IR30 is kind of going to be a sister machine to the IR22, just bigger. It's almost exactly the same design build as that 22, whereas the 18, 20, and 25 are all in that kind of zero tail swing line. But if you can see, it's very similar to the 22 layout, just a bigger version of it. Again, it's got that bigger end, so a lot easier just for your general day-to-day maintenance and access. And also, like the 22, it's going to have a fixed undercarriage, so it doesn't have the collapsing undercarriage, but it has all the other features. It has the quick attach, it has the thumb, it has the side swing, it has the ISO to SAE switching. So that's a rundown of our Iron-Rhino excavators currently in stock. You can find specs on them at Iron-Rhino.com or at ChipperLLCsales.com. These are also for local customers. We're located in Cumming, Georgia. They're in our rental fleet and available to try out. We offer free shipping nationwide. Thanks for watching, and if you want to do like me, just a quick walk around.
for Canton.